Tasty, tasty. 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 Incredible.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are, guys. I hope you're having a really good Sunday. I hope you're doing really well. My camera looks really bright. Why is it doing that? Let's see if we can fix it. Oh, the other camera's not even on yet. Where do you get the llama hoodie? This is from a company called Tentree. They send me stuff every now and again. They've sent me a ton of stuff over the years. It's really nice stuff. So they're very environmentally friendly. For everything you buy, they plant 10 trees. That's why it's called Tentree. So yeah, I've also got a buffalo one and some other bits and pieces as well. Okay, that's a little bit better. That's a little bit more like looking at me. Right, okay, let's see who was first. Tom was first, saying Wibble.
Tasty.
Anarchy got second with Wobble. Hope everyone's having a good Sunday. Void Media subscribed for 19 months. Thank you so much for that, dude. I appreciate that. Says, good evening, Jay and chat. I hope we're having a lovely Sunday. Chartered Music also subscribed for 3 months and says, woo, good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for that. True Blaze is here, so is Perlin. Tom Bound subscribed for 7 months. Thank you so much, Tommy. Says, oh, whoa. JQ UK is here as well. Subscribed for 23 months. Wow, almost 2 full years. Angry Swan's here as well. Subscribed for 13 months. Says, can't be many more anniversaries before the JO2 lands. No, soon. Maybe a little bit delayed from our original timeline, but not too far away. Tom Barnes, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs as well. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that. Snicket as well. Thank you so much for the 16 months of subs. I appreciate you. And if you haven't already seen, KKB Pandora is in group buy right now, designed by Snicket. Go check it out. It's on the website, prototypist.net, and other worldwide vendors. Early Hype Train. No, says Scouts. Thanks, Scouts. Simba's here as well, so is Niodoid, Angry Swan as well. Ballboy12 says Proto anniversary because he's subscribed for 12 months. Congratulations and happy Proto birthday. Thank you very much, dude. Anonymous Biker says, evening, Jay. You handsome devil. I'm not handsome, but thank you. I'm very average at best. And I have a small spot on my forehead as well, which is very annoying today. Simone's here as well. Basil Biscuits even is here as well. Shouty says, can't stay long. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for being here, man. I appreciate that. Bollock is here as well. Subscribed at tier 1. Thank you so much, dude. Back into triple figures for channel points. I'll be rigging again in no time. Yeah, no rigging today because it's more of a kind of show me and tell me kind of stream. So I'm hoping that's going to be fun for you guys. I've got like some stuff out that I've been sorting through that just stuff that like has a bit of a story or a bit of history to it, so I thought I'd talk you through those and just share some of my collection with you today. And if there's anything you know I have that you want to see, you can use the show me channel command and I'll try and find it and we'll see if we can show you it. Jenga's here as well. Use Chopsticks is higher. We already talked about the llama hoodie. There is the llama, little llama hoodie. It is like stitched in as well. It's like embroidered in. Chiblamari, thank you so much for the Prime sub as well. So is Drop Back. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. How come I don't have the subscribe button with you? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's definitely should be there. Pandora is very beautiful. You love it. Ergo KB's here as well. He says good evening. And Nufi says Peppo Happy, a wild J appears. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Will, thank you so much for the 17 months of subs. I really appreciate that, my dude. Thank you so much. 17 months is a huge amount of time. Good evening, Governor. Thank you, Darth Shadow. Thank you for being here.
Tasty.
They have a Sasquatch one as well. I've been eyeing up. Yeah, so every now and again they send me like a gift box. They've sent me like 4 or 5, and they never asked me to promote anything or anything like that. But like everything they've sent me has been really high quality. I wear their t-shirts pretty much all the time here at the workshop. I rarely wear any other brand t-shirt here at the workshop. So yeah, it's pretty cool. They're a good brand. Thank you, Bomtans. There you go. Is it a subscription? No, it's not a subscription. I've been completely open. I don't pay for it. They just occasionally send me a box of stuff. It's happened a few times. That's it. You got any builds with GMK Electric done? I haven't seen any builds yet. I haven't personally built the GMK Electric. It is on the shelves in the workshop, so you can buy it. If you do a show me for it, I can run and grab a set later on and show you a set, or one of the kits so you can see it up close. Nebulan, that's the name I haven't seen around in a while. Neb, I hope you're doing really, really well, man. Thank you so much for the 5 months. Sorry, 5 tier 1 subs, which is 5 months of subs theoretically. Thank you so much, Neb. I really appreciate that, and I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing really well. It's really good to see you around, man. Fluffy Keep subscribed for 26 months on a 25-month streak. Says good evening, Jay and chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, lots of people getting gift subs today. Lots of people getting gift subs. That's really, really cool. We have got a coffee tonight as well. This is Typist's Brew Light. If you're looking at the top camera, this is our second coffee. We did Typist's Brew about a month and a half ago now. This is Typist's Brew Light, or the first batch of it. It's going to go live later on this week, I think. We need to do some little bits of tweaking. But yeah, Typist's Brew Light, a little bit of a lighter roast. Which is pretty nice. More details soon in the week. If you're interested in coffee, you'll be able to pick up a bag, because we're roasting it this week, I think. You have a Meta 75 McFlurry. I have one too. Nice. This is the let me flip over and show you. This is the special edition Moonwalking 1969 one. So there you go.
Tasty, tasty.
Seikibi, thank you so much for the 7 months of subs. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, dude. Can't wait for it to arrive along with Cinder. Nice. Cinder is absolutely one of the top tier sets of this past year. For me, it might even be the set of the year so far. It is so good. It's such a good key set. And like, I think one of the key set bases has already sold out over the weekend. So if you are into it, please do pick one up. Nev says, I want a Matrix board someday. Always so weird. Dude, I have so many Matrix boards that are just the quirkiest things ever. I've got a Matrix Mr. Hat over on my desk. That's what I use daily. There's a Matrix Cane just behind me, this long boy here. That's like a full size with a numpad and a TKL cluster, but it's switched around. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Don't bring up Cinder. I'm so sad. I think the not the Latin kit, the other kit, is Hiragana, I think, off memory. I think that's still available, so you can pick that up if you want to. Love Matrix boards so much. Just got my silver Corsa in last week and built it yesterday. Absolutely stunning. Yeah, the Corsa is pretty cool because of the screen. I have a couple of Vitas, which are for sale actually. But yeah, I don't own a Corsa personally, but they are really cool. They're just amazing keyboards. They're just amazing keyboards. Looking forward to someday to build it. Yeah, I think I have like 5 or 6 Matrix boards left to build at some point, but I have sold a couple, so. Yeah, Zosko, thanks man, I'm doing great. Thank you very much for asking. What key set on this board? This is Space Cadet. So this is GMK Space Cadet on this particular board here. There you go, GMK Space Cadet. Please tell us you watched the F1 earlier on. I did watch the F1. Yes, I did watch the F1. It was a race. Let's put it that way. It was pretty good. Do you sell your boards? My personal ones sometimes. I've wanted to do a project at home where I wanted to redo my home garage. So new flooring, paint the walls, strip it all out, new electric points all the way around, kind of like new cabinetry and stuff like that. So I sold some to fund that because my wife wouldn't let me use my savings for it. Because we've just put a new kitchen in at home as well. So I had to sell some of my personal keyboards to go for it. But yeah, that's pretty cool. The garage has not been done yet. I've kind of like stripped everything out of it this weekend, and then tomorrow night and Tuesday night after work I'm going to paint it, and then new lights should arrive on Thursday, so they'll go up next weekend, and then new flooring should arrive at the weekend, so that'll go down next week during the week. I think that's the plan. Who's the handsome devil that designed the key set you posted about? Snicket and KKB Pandora. It's a really beautiful set. It's like pink to black gradient. It's lovely. So yeah. Super happy to pick up a set of Nimbus. I personally love it. Nimbus is cool. It's like a really light blue. It's really nice. Trojam, hey man, thank you so much for being here. Still looking for British Racing Green? Yeah, we never sold that, I'm afraid, so I can't offer you that. It was a Clown Fiesta and I loved it. Yeah. A couple of thoughts, a couple of takeaways. I think bad luck on Russell. He just made a mistake in the last couple of laps. I think if Mercedes had let the cars switch around a couple of laps before, because Hamilton had more pace than Russell. I think Hamilton had been on for the win. I think Russell held him back a little bit. Where were the Red Bulls? Is this the new technical directives that's caught them out? I don't know. Who else? Oh, Lawson getting points for the first time in a race in Singapore. No one else has ever done that before. No one else has ever had their first World Championship points at Singapore as a rookie. Yeah, it was an interesting race. Some great sets at the end. Great sets. I was really about sets. Some great action at the end. Lots of stuff in the pit lane. Safety car. Yeah, it was good fun. Fantastic race, but oof for George. Hope he bounces back. But his post-race interview was hard. Yeah, I think he was just being hard on himself. It was a simple mistake. And I think because Norris had made the same mistake, but not quite as badly, the dust thrown up in the air, he just missed it. Is that Typist Brew Light in the cup? It is, Panda Zamarco. Yes, this is Typist Brew Light. This is a much lighter roast than what we did previously. I personally prefer a darker roast, which is why we did a dark roast first. This is Typist Brew Light. It should be available to purchase when we've done the roasting later on this week. So I think Thursday, Friday, it's going to go up for sale, and it'll be only available for 4 days or something like that. It's not going to be around for long. So yeah. Jim K. Space Cadet on Moon Landing edition of the Matrix. No joke, Matrix is real. Yeah, like it just seemed like the right set to put on there, so that's what we put on there. I think chat voted for it as well, which was good. I think we'll see the true pace of the RB again in Suzuka. Singapore is an enigma of its own as a track. Super happy to see some other team win though, and great race from McLaren overall. Yeah, I was pretty happy to see Sainz get on the get the win. That was really good for him. Ever more hopeful that you'll be able to get my XRF. I'll talk about that in the news section in a minute, so yeah, we'll pick that up. Do I prefer using smartwatches or mech watches? At work, when I'm at the workshop, I have a smartwatch because I miss notifications on my phone quite a lot. So I use a smartwatch pretty much all the time at work, and if I'm hiking as well. If I'm just going out for the day with the wife shopping or whatever else, then I'll tend to wear a mechanical watch. Russell went for a very fast outlap and next lap after the tyre change. Hamilton took it easily outlap and next lap. He pushed his second full lap. Probably he managed the tyre life better because of this. Yeah, he didn't like destroy it in the first couple of laps, but he was a lot quicker than Russell in the last 5 laps. I like Darker Roast too. Are you keeping the original Typist Brew around? Still get to try it. So we're going to redo the original Typist Brew Roast like later on in the year. We're going to do Typist Brew Light in like September, and then we don't make like any money off this. This is like a very much a side of desk when we're not busy kind of thing, just for fun, just because we can. It's not like it's profitable because we sell like 50 kilos. It's not like huge amounts that we're selling. So yeah, it's got to be timed when we can fit it in between all the other work we have to do. So yeah, an F1 themed board. I may need to look into pricing for that. Yeah, I gave an F1 themed board. I sold an F1 themed board, kind of F1 themed board to a friend of mine a little while back. So. What sort of mechanical watches do I go for? I collect vintage Omega watches. So I have a few from World War II, I have a few from the 60s, a few from the 70s. I'm just watching one that ends tomorrow from the 70s as well on eBay. So yeah. Currently started something of a prototype design. I'll save questions on that for later. Electrocapacitive cult type stuff. EC's cool, yeah. I've got like a load of EC sets that I need to use for some Matrix boards, and I do have a Topra board that I need to strip down and rebuild into a Norbauer housing. I've got the one of the Heavy Grail Ghost of Christmas something or other to build at some point, and I've got a HHKB Pro 3 or something to build it with. I just haven't got around to doing it. So Topra's never been my thing, so I'm actually not really sure what I'm doing with it, but we'll see. We'll see. Right, okay, it's probably time to start cracking on with the news and updates from PT this week. So, the big news from last week is that our last shipment came in. We had a lot of it. We've shipped out nine different group buys we've shipped out and completed in the past week, including Cam's Super User, which was quite possibly one of the biggest key set group buys we've had. There were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of orders. It took 3 of us a whole week to get that shipped. Crazy. This week coming, we've had quite a few sales from the in-stock buy one get one free discount we did yesterday morning, which went far faster than I expected it to. So Monday's going to be concentrating on getting through in-stock orders, and then Tuesday we're going to be back onto the QK80s. We did ship some of the QK80s last week. We're going to carry on with the QK80s this week from Tuesday, so we'll be cracking on with that as well. Kara, hey, good to see you. Thanks for being here. It's going to be a really busy week. We did get a GMK delivery on Friday afternoon as well. I haven't gone through them to see what's in that, but I think there's a few different sets. I'll just load up Notion because I think we did put it on Notion. Give me a second, and I'll tell you what sets we got. I haven't gone through the boxes yet to have a look at them, but we did have a few shipping. Those will probably go out Tuesday as well as we start to catch up with the QK80s, and we've got a fairly hefty stock drop coming later on in this week as well. It's probably going to be Friday-ish when it goes live, that one. So we'll see. Let's have a quick look at the GMK calendar, and I'll tell you what should have arrived on Friday. I think it was GMK RGBYK, which is a small add-on kit. It's a little bit like GigaChad, but GMK. GigaChild, but GMK. GMK Frostwitch 2 and GMK Yutusu as well. I probably butchered the pronunciation of that, but those have all arrived. We'll go through them and start QCing them and get those shipped out, or probably on Tuesday now. So they should be with people by the end of the week. So yeah. Zoom 75 is due in a few weeks. Yeah, you can check the updates. It's on its way, Sharkbait. If you go into our updates, go to prototypist.net, click on the updates tab at the top, and then follow the instructions on that page. You'll be able to follow everything along live. MX2A switches coming soonish. I'm genuinely curious to try them. Yeah, so we are going to order some. I haven't ordered them yet. The reason being is because I'm trying to sort out some stuff with Cherry in the back end. I think MechBoards already have them if you are excited to try them out. So yeah, definitely take a look at those. We did have them on stream a couple of weeks ago. I don't know where they've gone. There is some floating around. Oh, here. These are all MX2A switches. Just so you can see that, I'll just flip over the camera. These are MX2A. Those are Speed Silvers. I've given some of these away. We've got reds and silent reds and blues. Matt the Pokemon Kid is lubing up some browns for me, which are going to go in my Jane. I've got another Jane ME to build. Sorry, CEV2 to build the black one. So we're building that with browns pretty soon. Yeah, I gave some others away as well. So pretty cool. So yeah, there is a new standard. Yeah. Chat Music says, really sorry I keep pestering you about this, but QK said shipping to vendors should have been done August time. The Notion pages say otherwise though. Do you have any updates your end, or do I need to leave it for a few months before checking back? For what, Chartered Music? What's that for? If that's for what, I don't know what that's for. I assume that's for the Zoom 75s. If you go into the keyboard updates, the Zoom 75 EE, it shows that it's shipping to prototypists, and September the 13th, currently progressing towards the UK, expected to arrive in early October, with shipments to arrive with customers by late October at the latest. We had the boards completed production on the 15th of August, and they got to us as we planned. So this was dated August 15. Boards completed production, now received at our warehouse in China, and they will depart China in early September with arrival in the UK in early October. And that's pretty much where we're at. It literally says that on the updates. I'm reading it from the updates now. So you know, it just took us a week or two to get it onto a ship, and then they're on the way. Like, there's very little else I can do. They're on a boat. They're on the way. Shipping takes 4 to 6 weeks to get to the UK from China. They're going to be here early October. It literally says expected to arrive early October, and we always had them down as expected to deliver in Q4 anyway. So, yeah. I assume that's the Zoom 75. If it's something else, I don't know. QK100, we haven't had anything off of QK for the QK100. QK have not confirmed that they're completed to us yet. They have not shipped them to our warehouse as far as I'm aware. If we had them, we would have notified it on there. Sometimes we do get deliveries to our warehouse that are not labeled, and we don't know what they are until we open them, which our warehouse in China isn't authorized to do. So sometimes things arrive with us like that, but we haven't had notification from QK that the QK100s have left the manufacturer and are with us yet. If it was on there, it would be up there. Yeah, it's like as soon as we have an update, we put it on Notion. That's literally the whole point. So you never need to ask us, because if we don't have the information, it's not there. That's literally the whole point. So yeah. Nebula really wants to try them. I hope Micro Center gets them in the US. Yeah, so as far as I know, I think Micro Center already has the MX2A switches. Quite a few people already have them in the US as well. They've been in production for a little while, so yeah. Camera tracking is working pretty well. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's mediocre. It's fine. The camera is following the movement very well. It does all right. It sometimes makes it well, it sometimes doesn't. You covered what I wanted to know with the Zoom, so I kind of know what to expect things. Yeah, like as soon as we have an update, we put it on the Notion pages. If we don't get an update, we don't have anything to put on there. We can't chase everyone all the time for updates because we just don't have the manpower to do that. Like, we're such a small team. If we were going to do that and chase people every day, we would have to put the prices up like 10-15% across the site. So when will when will they be on sale, the MX28? I don't know for us. It's probably going to be later on this year. Probably, I want to say November. But I can't promise that yet. Your local one doesn't have any yet. I think they will do soon, Neb. Just keep an eye out. They will do soon. Cool. Okay. What else is going on in PT news this week? SPC members can actually pick up something that's in my show and tell this week. I did put up a little notification about it, but it's HSA Powder Pink or Pink Powder. No one else in the world has this in stock yet, as far as I'm aware. But I'll show you the guys this in a little bit more detail. It's my personal set, and I dropped it on the way up the stairs, so it has got a bit messed up. But I'll show you guys that in a few minutes. But that's only going to be available first to SPC members. So if you like pink and you want a pink key set and you want HSA, you have to be an SPC member, and to do that, you need to subscribe. Oh no, shiny. Yeah. So the cool thing about it is, and I'll show you this in more detail, but because HSA is really shiny, it comes with a little polishing cloth that's got the JTK logo on it, which is pretty fun. You forgot about the pink set? It's coming. I think Monday or Tuesday we'll have that up for the SPC, I think. What else is happening in news? I should probably talk about Zondat and Noxery. I've reached out to Zondat pretty much every day this past 2 weeks. To try and sort out shipping the XRF at the very least, and maybe some of his in-stock orders as well. I'm very conscious that he's having issues. He is replying to me, but it's very sporadic. I don't think that his disappearance is malicious or that he's run away with money. I think he's just literally run out of money. I think that's the problem. I don't know why. I couldn't speculate as to why that's happened, but it has. I'm hopeful that he will respond to my latest messages. Basically, where we've got to is he's told me he has X number of XRFs on hand. I need to know how many of those are group buy orders, how many are extras, what's for sale, what's A stock, what's B stock. Has QC been completed? Does he have a list of orders that need to be shipped out? Has anyone charged back? Because obviously people have charged back, they can't have the product. How are we going to sort out the cost of shipping? Am I going to cover the cost of shipping and then sell the extras and try and recoup my costs? Or has he got some capital where he can give me the money for shipping? We need to do some sort of like NDA for disclosure of customer data as well. So there's like a lot of steps in between. And plus I have to go to Manchester to get the boards, which is fine because that'll only take a day. But like there's all sorts of stuff to do and stuff to understand before we can actually get through that. I really am hopeful that we can get the XRF at the very least out. But yeah, we'll see because it's a really crappy situation for anyone who's bought into it. So yeah, if you've got any questions on that, please do ask in chat and I'll try and respond. But as of the start of the stream, I'll check, see if he's responded to me, see if I've got any up to the date information. He hadn't responded to my latest series of messages. He hasn't replied yet, so I think the last time I emailed him was actually Friday, or sorry, messaged him was Friday. Let's have a look. If I spelt it right. Oh no, I bumped him yesterday, but I gave him a list of basically what we need from him to be able to fulfill and pick up the project, so we'll see. This is JTK HSA Pink Powder. Yeah, it is JTK HSA Pink Powder. I don't think anyone else has it yet because I've not seen it for sale anywhere else. Not that I've really looked, but yeah, it's interesting. HSA, I thought that this had been buried, but if it comes out again, it could be good as a new profile. I'm actually really excited to try it next week when we do the build. This is going to be going on my build next week because this is my personal set, because it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. Trojob says, I ordered a 360 off him. Not sure what to do as it's just outside the 6 months, but I don't want it to turn into a Hubble 65. Like, I don't want to say and give advice on what to do. What I will say is I don't think Noxery as a brand, as its own entity, is going to continue. Whether that gets picked up by someone else or something else or a company or whatever in the future, I couldn't say. I believe that Zondat's will is that he wants to refund everyone who isn't going to be able to get the product. So anything that's not in stock or anything that is not an XRF that hasn't finished production yet, that he doesn't have to go and pay for, I think he wants to try and refund. But I don't have any more news on that. The only project I've spoken to him about is XRF. And I want to make sure that we can do at least one project before I start to talk to him about others. Because like, if I just bombard him with all this stuff, it's going to make it harder for him to stand up to it, look into it, and try and move forward with it, because it must be a very stressful situation from his side. I appreciate that, you know, he needs to do the right thing here, but from his side, I don't want to scare him off so much that he buries his head in the sand and doesn't even speak to me anymore. Like, the fact that I've got him talking a little bit is something, and if I can get over there to see him, which is only an hour or so away, then we'll see. I'm hopeful we can do something. Like, I want to help him. Like, I've known him for a long time. We've been, you know, friendly for a while. I want to help him, so we'll see how we get on with that. Okay, anything else in PT news? I think that's about it for PT news today. I think that's about it. I did ask on the Notion a couple of days ago, but what's your opinion on the best cap and switch puller tools? The Glorious ones are pretty solid for me, but wondering if there's better available. For switch puller, the Wookiee Studios titanium ones, these are basically perfect. There's some really expensive ones that I have that are like $80-$90, and these ones are just better. In terms of keycap puller, I just use whatever I have available. I have a load of the cheap ones. I just use whatever cheap ones around. There's nothing specific on there. Any sneaky updates about Envoys that isn't on Notion? Yeah, so we don't put pre-orders on Notion at the moment. It's only group buys. Basically, we're still waiting for Mode to sign off the paperwork to allow us to export it from China. Yeah, it was like milled from solid titanium. It was like milled. In fact, I think I have some of the spare tips for it here. I don't know where the tool is, but I did see some spare tips for it in here the other day, I'm sure. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was in another tub. Oh, it must have been in another tub, but I did have some spare tips for it. Yeah, it was kind of like a big... Oh no, the tips are here. Look, I've got the tips. These are some of the tips for it, in smoke yellow plastic. But basically, it had interchangeable tips. It was pretty cool. I don't know what happened to the tool though. CIY cheapo keycap switch puller is unbeatable for the price. Yeah, I think it's a CIY one. It's over on the desk over there. I think it's a CIY one that I have for keycap pullers, but I tend to prefer the Wookiee Studios bare switch puller because it's just pretty cool. The titanium one. Love my Wookiee one. Yeah, why keycap pullers are the best? Don't spend a lot on one. Absolutely, like the cheapest 30p one, whatever they are. Yeah, absolutely. The no-name one-side switch puller, the other side keycap puller tool is really great for worth $1 to $2. Yeah, CIY. Yeah. Maybe we should stock those or give them away or something like that, because like that's just what I use as well for that. But the Wookiee Studios one for switch pulling. Yeah, I'm gonna say never. I thought they were about 20 to 30 cents when I bought some last time. I suspect we probably bought them around the same sort of time. It was probably like a top clack thing. So yeah. The ones that came with the Nice PBT sets, yeah, they're pretty good as well. I don't know if they still come with them or not. I can't remember. I haven't opened a Nice PBT set in a while. But yeah, they're just the cheap wire keycap pullers. They're the best. Right, okay, so I don't think there's anything else in news. If there is anything else that you guys want to ask me, please just tag me and ask me. Which means we can move on to the cool bit of the show, where this week I'm just going to show you a load of stuff and talk about it and tell you some of the stories. And if you guys have any questions for me at any time, just tag me and just ask the questions. So just tag @JPrototypist and then ask me the question. It doesn't have to be keyboard related, could be cars, watches, music, TV, film, whatever, you name it, I don't mind. We'll talk about anything. So, the first thing I want to show you today is this JTK HSA
Tasty.
pink powder set, because this is really cool and this is going to be in stock later on. Moons of Empire, thank you so much for the 11 months of subs. I really appreciate that. So I did drop this on the way up the stairs. It was either drop this or the coffee. So as you can see, I chose to drop this. I think this is taped shut. I don't have a knife with me, so let's... There is a couple of smaller kits that come with the base kit. I didn't pick those up. There's like a spacebar kit and some other bits and pieces as well. The stream is going to be making all of us so envious. Can we visit your store? Yeah, if you're in the UK and you make an appointment, you can visit the store. Yeah. We actually had Shenshin Day, who designed Higanbana here on Thursday of last week, which was pretty cool. Discounts. There will be a discount later on during the stream, Bullboy. Yeah. At least keycaps don't require cleanup. Robert Mikey, hey man, good to see you. So this is a JTK tray that it comes in. It's massive, so just bear that in mind if you do buy one of these sets. Come on, there we go. It just slides to the side like that, and then we open it up. Now please bear in mind that this is going to be a little bit messy, but look how beautiful this set is. Look at this, and look, it has UK ISO. Look how shiny these are. Look at that shine. Tell your fiance they're a smart person, but not to worry, because you're going to be saving money, and saving money is good, right? Just say you can buy a takeaway for you both to share with the money you're going to save tonight. Is it worth the 3 years? I actually, these are going to be in stock now. This isn't a group buy. This is something I ordered for in stock, so there is no wait for this. You don't have to buy it and wait for it later on. But look how cool these are. Look at the legends. Proper SA legends. Super cool. Half height SA. 4 ISO enters, yeah. Depending on whether you want enter or return. And it's just the coolest pink set. Yeah, it is just a great set. Like it's just got so many keys in it as well. I'm a little bit frustrated that they've kind of gone everywhere, but that's my own fault for dropping them on the way up the stairs. So this is going to be on my next build, my next personal build. I just think it's a lovely looking set. I don't have an SA set to hand. I might be able to find some SA keycaps if you give me a second. But they're super duper shiny. They're super cool. Yeah, it's a big kit, and this isn't all of it. It actually comes with like a spacebar kit and some other bits and pieces as well. Let me see if I can find an SA keycap, or at least some SA keycaps to hand. Okay, so I did find an SA keycap set, one of the few I still own. This is SA Recall by the wonderful Langalandia. So we have an R1 keycap here in SA. As you can see, it's not as shiny, it's slightly matte. And then let's see if we can find the same key. Why can I not see the home key? Oh, it's there. There we go. There we go. So this is SA, this is HSA. There you go. So it's much lower. That's with them both level on the back. Much lower in terms of height. So there you go. HSA. Super duper shiny. It's going to be in stock. SPC gonna get first dibs. I don't have a huge number of sets for this. I think we've only got like, I want to say 30 sets, something like that. Not a huge number of sets, but there's only 250 of this ever made as well, so it's quite a limited set by modern standards. It does have UK ISO in it, which is pretty cool. Not everything these days has UK ISO in, so it's nice to find something that does. It's pink, and it's cute, right? It's lovely. So, yeah. Waiting for some nice HSA colorways. SPC. So the SPC is our sub channel on Discord. So if you're a subscriber to the channel, if you go into Discord in the bottom corner and you've linked your Twitch account and your Discord account, you will see what the SPC is. Thickness comparison. It's basically the same thickness. Like it's just as thick. It's pretty thick ABS plastic with nice thick double shot legends. So, yeah. First I've heard of HSA. These look great. Yeah, they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. It's a pretty nice set. And as I say, it does come with more keys than that as well. That's just like part of the set. It's pretty good. Shiny, gotta go. Nightman, take care. Not a fan of the profile, but shiny caps are cool. Yeah, I agree. Which keycap profile do I find the easiest to type on? Cherry, but that's because that's what I'm used to. I've used it for a long time. UK ISO included. Yeah, UK ISO is there. It's a big kit. It's a very, very big kit. You're right. SPC Rocket, yeah. I don't think I'd mind the glossy finish too much. I just think aesthetically it's just a bit meh. I mean, I think it's lovely. I think it's lovely. When's it releasing? So the SPC, I think it'll be released for on Tuesday, and then if they don't buy all the sets, it'll be in stock for everyone to buy on Friday. So yeah, it'll look pretty good on a pink zoom. Yeah, it'll look pretty good on a pink zoom. I want it. Yeah, I thought you might want a set, Perlin. I thought you might want a set. You'll have to be quick when they go in stock. It's a lovely set. It's a lovely set. It's just about the right pink for me. Yeah, it's a lovely pink set. If you like pink sets, it's good. It's really good. It's not like bright pink like this. It's like kind of like a soft baby pink. It's lovely. It's just really, really nice. I manually shine my GMK sets. My GMK sets will shine over time, but not that quickly. Not that quickly. Right, okay, what else do I have to show you? I do have some other cool stuff. So next up is something that's kind of keyboard adjacent, and it's actually something we have in stock on the website as well. So, can any of you guess what this is? How does HSA compare to MT New? It's a little bit different to MT New. Can anybody guess what this is? It is that computer thing that went in stock. It's a box. Oh my god, yeah. It is. This is the View Edge, the CaryWorks View Edge. Now, with these, we were supposed to have these in stock like 18 months, 2 years ago. I completely forgot we'd ordered them, and then our warehouse in China found them. We're like, we never sent you this, and it was like, oh, so that's why we have them now. Look how cute these are. Look at this. These are the coolest little screens. It's super heavy. Like, this is heavier than you believe. This is like 2 or 3 kilos, I think. It's just super, super heavy. It's got a huge brass base on the bottom of it. This is my personal unit. It has got a scratch on it, but let's turn that around. The View Edge main display, mini display. It's so cool. Like, I forgot about them as well because we just didn't get the stock in when we were supposed to. Excuse the fingerprints. You can pair it by USB-C or HDMI, which is pretty cool. If you can see that, there you go. It's just the coolest little thing. So yeah, it is a fingerprint magnet. Yeah, like I'm gonna use this as like stream notifications. It's gonna sit on the desk over here, and it's gonna basically have chat on it. That's the plan. So yeah, it also did come with. We only got one set of these, so I'm gonna give this next thing away to one random person who buys a View Edge. Probably the next person who buys one that I see in the order. They're gonna get this little silver case with it. So look at this. This is the coolest little thing ever. It's again a little aluminium flight case, and inside here we have a little artisan. Well, 2 little artisans. One which is a View Edge screen, which lights up from the keycap if you've got RGB on, and the other one's a little keyboard, so you can have a keyboard on your keyboard. So there you go. So the next person who orders a View Edge from the store, I'll include that. I don't think we've sold one in the past day or so, so yeah. But I thought that was pretty cool. I wanted to show you that because, as I say, I'm going to have it for my like little stream chat. It's going to just sit to the side there and have stream chat on it. I think that's the plan. Looks like the 3D prints she did a few years ago that Meow had and put the Raspberry in. So they would matte designed those around these screens, and we were supposed to get these then. That's how long ago these happened, and we just completely forgot we'd ordered them. And then we found them in the Chinese warehouse, like, I don't know, a month or 2 ago. I was like, oh, yeah, we'd better get those over here. Gamers done marginally well. Thank you so much for the 4 months of subs. Enigma, thank you for the 11 months of subs as well. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, guys. Can it connect to a PC then? Yeah, you just plug HDMI in the back, and you can use it as a second monitor. Yeah, or if you just plug it in with the USB-C to like the wall power, it just shows a clock. So yeah, you could play Valorant on it. It wouldn't be great, but you could. Yeah, be good for temps display. Yeah, absolutely. I could use that in my studio as a wee little live view monitor. You absolutely could. No ISO, no buy. Stretch, thank you. Yeah, let's have a stretch. It comes with a macro pad. No, it does not come with a macro pad. It's just on its own. It's just a little screen. It's just a screen on its own. It's not a PC. It's just a screen. That's all it is. It's just a tiny little screen with a huge breastplate in the bottom, and you plug it in. It does not come with a macro pad. There was a macro pad that you could buy at the time. We didn't order any of those, so we don't have any of them. At the time, macro pads were not selling for us, so we didn't buy any of the macro pads. But yeah, we only have the View Edge screens, and we got them like 2 years late. That's the thing. Is there a profile like Cherry that doesn't interfere with north-facing switches? I'm looking at things like DCS and so on. Also, I forgot to answer on this message a while back. The solution to that is to not use north-facing switches. If you have to use north-facing switches, then you can use SA. That doesn't hit them. I don't think MT New does either. DSA doesn't. I don't think DCS does, but someone can correct me if I'm wrong. OEM doesn't.
Incredible.
Yeah, there's quite a few that are fine. So yeah, some switches are better designed to account for this. Some of them are. Yeah, the new ones, the new Avalon switches, they're pretty good for it as well. Yeah, long poles as well will work too. But yeah, the real secret to it is use south-facing switches, not north ones. Okay, don't forget, guys, you can ask me anything you'd like, because I've got a few more things I do want to show you. Next up, we have a keyboard. Now, this keyboard is a few years old, and I can't actually show you the coolest part about it. But this is the Fat Boy. Now, those of you that remember this keyboard will remember just how cool it is. It came and you could have like loads of different accents on it. So we've gone for, this is supposed to be hardwired. I haven't put the cable in yet. We've gone for the carbon fiber backplate on this one with GMK ASCII round 1, which has R0 keycaps, which are super tall. Look at the height of those R0 keycaps. Those are GMK. This has the coolest mounting mechanism I've ever seen. If you go MCK75 on Geekhack, you'll see that this has the coolest mounting system ever. Inside it, it's like a ton of stuff to get into it. You can have like different O-ring mounting sections with different things that connect to the PCB. It's kind of an insane level of engineering. The case finish isn't great. Like, it's quite rough. It's not particularly good. There was tape on it which has never come off, and it's damaged the anodization because it just had like actual plastic tape around it from the Group Buy Runner. But it's just like a cool piece of engineering. Like, it's actually really cool. It's well put together. It's sturdy as anything. It's a chunk. It doesn't sound the best either. Like, but it's just super, super cool. Yeah, it actually happened, yeah. I think there was only like 15 units made or something. But it's just such a cool thing from an engineering perspective. If you go on Geekhack and have a look, like, it had all these little O-ring parts to it. And you could basically change the weight of how everything connected. In practice, it didn't actually make much difference, I found. No matter how I built it, it felt and sounded the same. But it's just a cool thing to look at, and it's just such an industrial type thing. Works great for a workshop keyboard and everything else. Thank you, Nebulant, for the link. People dropping the link in chat. It was just kind of like the coolest thing, and the fact that it actually happened and it actually got made is kind of insane. But you had this kind of like series of bars that ran inside, and they had O-rings top and bottom, or you could have O-rings just on the bottom, or you could have O-rings on the inside, and you could change how the O-rings mounted the keyboard and kind of like the plate and PCB assembly that sat in this tray. And it was just kind of like the most insane thing ever. And then it used this proprietary daughter board that Yankar designed with like a huge connector that you actually clipped onto the main PCB instead of using a cable. Bizarre, but it was cool as hell. I don't know if they did other colors in the end, and I don't know how many actually sold, but it was not the cheapest thing in the world. I think it was like $600 or something like that. But I was really, really happy that I managed to pick one of these up. I can't believe that this actually ran and delivered within like 3 months in 2020. I think it was pretty quick within 2020 when we got these. I think we bought them in the May, and I think we had them, I want to say we had them in the September, I think. But I think that's just because the manufacturer they used for these was not the best. Yeah, it has 2 separate PCBs. Yeah, I think I mentioned that a second ago. Cannot believe this existed. Yeah, hit that spacebar. It's not the best spacebar, I'll be honest with you. But it's just a cool piece of machinery. This is it's not actually that heavy, it's just a chunk of aluminium. And it sounds tinny and hollow. But you know what? I kind of love it. I kind of love it. I never expected this to actually get made. Like, I think we reviewed the IC for this on Top Clack back in the day, and I never expected it to get made, but when it did, I had to buy it. It just sounds so weird, but it is the weirdest keyboard that ever got made. And I don't know why this kind of mounting system never took off. Probably because it doesn't actually make much difference. But it was just a cool thing. The runner was a lovely person. They clearly didn't know much about like packing keyboards and stuff. Because as I say, the anodization is damaged just from literal sellotape being stuck onto the board to hold the top piece in. Yeah, it's just such a weird thing. It was designed to be a maker's board to be customized how the user wanted. Absolutely. So you can like all of these files that were released for like the top case here. So I had this one, which was like JO2 inspired with the pen rail on. But there was other things, and I think I've seen someone put like a digital display up here and things like that. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Maker stuff it's actually smaller than the JO2, I think, in terms of like width. It's definitely taller, because it has this wonderful slope to it. I mean, look at this slope at the front. Look at that wonderful slope there. I mean, it is just so cool. It is cool. I do really, really like it. Bezels, all the bezels. Oh man, I miss when people used to make stuff like this in the hobby. I do miss stuff like this. I need to get this hardwired and get it back working again. Yeah. It's a cool thing. XXL cherry lip. Something like that? Yeah. I don't have the derivative anymore because I sold it, but I would have shown that compared to the derivative lip if I had it still. Yeah, it's a cool thing. It's a cool thing. Okay. Bezels, yes. No matter what, Breakforce is going to help that thing. There's nowhere to put a Breakforce mod in though, because of the way it's constructed. Like there is no place to put a Breakforce mod in there. Like there's no top case and bottom case. Everyone's trying to hide screws nowadays. This guy not so much. Yeah, in the sides. It was like side mount. It was crazy. I was directed to the Grey Studio HB85 after showing my in-game plan, and it seems pretty cool. Do you know the HB85 is something I've wanted for a long time and I never bought. They did one with a HHKB style bottom row, and they did it in like this kind of yellow color. I have been looking for one of those for, not like seriously looking, but like I've kept an eye out for one of those for the past 3 years. I've never ever seen one happen. So if they ever pop up for sale, I do want a HB85. Are you going to be selling the alternative derivative mounting? Yes, if you order derivative through us, we will have an option for you to pick that up before they ship out. Yeah. We've ordered a load of them, yeah. This came out at the same time as the Trivium MPC, and I always got them confused. Oh my god, I'd forgotten about that board, yeah. The Trivium was cool. I never bought one of those, but it's pretty cool. I really hope we go away from screwless designs. It's such a pain. It is. What was that 40 ISO you posted a pic of? Me? I posted a picture of a 40 ISO? I don't know. Don't know which that one is. I don't think they actually made the yellow ones. There was a lot of issues with them actually delivering. Oh, really? That would explain why I've never been able to pick one up then. Bring me a jelly. I need it badly. We haven't got our jellies evolves in yet. Hopefully we'll get them soon. I think I need to talk to QK about them actually, because we need to provide like plate and PCB assembly info for the people who won the raffle. So I'll make sure we get onto that this week. I do think there is like a lack of true maker boards out there this kind of time in the hobby. Like the Fat Boy, the MKC75 was kind of like I don't know, it was a bit of a niche inside of a niche already.
Tasty.
Skimson, thank you so much for the sub, man. I really appreciate it. Happy PT birthday as well. HB85 was Grey's best era, that and the cod. I never liked the cod. I didn't like the layouts that it offered, but the fact that they used to come in those hard wooden cases was pretty cool. Although they tended to get damaged in shipping. Right, okay, I've not finished this coffee off at all. Bring me a jelly this week. No, we're not going to have them this week. We're not going to get them this week. No. We're going to get them soon, though. We'll have them at some point. You have a Sangan cod now? Nice. Yeah, I don't remember them offering a Sangan version. But I know I couldn't have ISO at the time. I think that was the big thing for me. Or they did do ISO, but it was kind of like a weird ISO. Oh, you've modified it, have you? I see. I get you. Right, okay. Next up, I have something else really cool to show you. Well, there'll be quite a lot of jelly extras. There'll be some jelly extras, yeah. There's always extras. Oh, you got a custom PCB. I see. Okay, so this next thing, this is something that I am going to build on stream. This is the 369 by Roted. This is absolutely not keyboard related, and as you can see, it's more telephone related. It was actually Mr. Bombtarns in chat who got me onto this, and I wanted to thank him for introducing me to him. It's even got my name on it, like Jay. I know I've opened this, but it doesn't seem to be open. Wait, what? I know I've looked at this. Why is this not open? How is this sealed? I've definitely looked at this. This box is sealed, but I know I've opened it in the past. What? How bizarre! This is the bizarrest thing. I know I've opened this and I've looked at it, but the box is sealed. Did I? Oh, I'm just opening it wrong. That's all it is. This is a Nixie Tube project. As many of you know, I'm a huge fan of Nixie Tubes. I have a Nixie clock on my desk over there. This is basically a counter. So you use it and you turn the dial to count. So if you flick 1 round, it will count 1. If you flick 9 round, it will count 9. Basically you go 9 and then let it go and it'll add 9 up to the top. And anyway, that's what this is. It's the coolest thing in the world because it's just really, it just is. It's got its own PCB. It comes with an old ticker style. Oh, there's the Nixie Tubes. It comes with the Nixie Tubes in the top there. They sit in there. I still can't believe I haven't built this yet. But yeah, it comes with this counter. So you've got all the numbers in here, and then if you want to count 1, you go. It will add 1. If you want to do 9, you go like that, and it will add 9. It's just the coolest thing in the world. The case files are open source. So whilst this is a 3D printed one and it's fine, I'm actually going to have one of these machined out of brass. So this basic shape, so because it sits in your hand nicely, it's just a nice thing to have sit in your hand. I'm going to have one made out of brass, just because I can and because I like to. Does it do the tick? I don't know if you could hear that, but it kind of does, yeah. And it's just like the coolest thing. It's just the coolest thing. This is such a man thing. I love it. This is so cool. Is it minutes? No, it's just a counter. It just counts things. Like, it just counts things. That's all it does. Like, if you're like outside of club and you've got a clicker and you count the people that come in, oh, that's 1 person, and there's 2 there, and we've got 5 people coming in now. It's just such a cool thing. It's just such a cool thing. I have not got around to building it yet. I do want to build this, and I'm going to make a promise to myself that I'm going to build that this week, and get the case ordered for it as well, because I really want to make this. So yeah, I'm gonna order the case for it this week as well, and get that ordered in a nice piece of brass. So yeah, that's something else I wanted to show you. It's infuriating. It's too slow. It's Discord DM count. It doesn't go high enough. It only goes to 3 digits. That's even more dope. I just love it. Was looking for non-keyboard projects. Like, I have a ton of stuff like this just lying around that I've never got around to building, but I really like it. I really like it. I want to add those tubes to a keyboard. Bomb, what's going on? Do you know why the other vendors didn't order extra Evolve units to sell generally? like we didn't have enough entries into our raffle to get all of them that followed the rules. So that's the only reason why we've got extras, because we'd already arranged for a number. So yeah, it's not like we have like a load. We just have some that we'll sell. And we've had a couple of people cancel their orders as well. So I assume other vendors will have that as well. So I have absolutely no use for it, but I want one. I have no use for it either, but I love it, and I like things like this. You need to build your watch kit also. I do, yeah. So I also have I have 2 watch kits that I need to build. I have an actual watch kit that's got a mechanical watch, and it's from DIY Watches. And I was going to stream building that like 3 years ago, and I never got around to it. But I also have a Nixie Tube watch as well, which I need to put together, which I should really stream too. But yeah, need to press the Josh. Okay, cool. Yeah, we need to crack on with that. We do. We need to crack on with it. Yeah, so I do have some things to build. Aaron Paul says, "Hi Jay, what up, my mammals? Hey man, good thanks for being here. Take one of your Amigas apart." So most of my Amigas I have taken apart at some point. More to just like clean them and service them myself than anything else. But yeah. Not the modern ones, but the vintage ones are quite easy to take apart and put back together. I don't mean I actually take apart the mechanism, I just take the mechanism out of the housing. But yeah, I do have quite a few vintage Amigas I've taken apart in the past. Okay, I need a drink now. Okay, what's up next? Do you see many upsides of solder versus hot swap? I personally prefer solder. I think it feels more secure, feels more robust, and sounds better. I think the only benefit to having a hot swap is if you don't know what switches you like. That's it, which is fine if you're into the hobby. There's nothing wrong with hot swap, but it's just not for me. I have very few hot swap boards. I think 95% of my personal collection are solder boards. But I'm old school. I like soldering. I like the feeling of something being permanent and it being a lot of work to undo it. I just kind of like that tactility of the soldering stuff. Hot swap just feels like I've not really built it. It's like half a job done. It feels like it's the difference between like Meccano and Lego, right? Lego just clicks together and anyone can use it. Meccano needs some like knowledge to do it. How do you retune stamps with a solder? Desolder and rebuild it. Or you like kind of like reach in there with a brush. MTP, thanks man for being here. I appreciate you. Indigestion after reading that. Which PCB type do you prefer? Look, there's a poll up now. I know I'm going to be outvoted because I'm going to pick solder, but yeah. You don't have any soldering equipment, so you need to pick up some soon. Yeah, I mean, like, any soldering iron I'll do. I use a TS100. I've used this same soldering iron for maybe 5 years now. It's really good. I've only changed the tip. The barrel's been fine. I actually bought this one to match the colour of one of my cars because I've got a bright orange Datsun. Yeah, it's been a workhorse. It must have been switched on for, I don't know, 5,000 hours maybe, and it's fine. TS100. Pine Steel is basically a TS100 clone. It's just a great tool. Somehow I perfectly set up my stabs first time, whereas a lot of people go insane doing them. Yeah, no. Like, stabs are like a very personal thing. Like how I do them, some people hate that. How other people do them, I hate that. So it really depends. There's no such thing as objectively good stab. It's very subjective. So yeah. Louis Rossman says the TS100 is good, so that's good enough for me. I'm saying it too. So I don't know who Louis Rossman is. Right, okay, what's up next in the show and tell? Next up is a keyboard that you're all going to recognise. Although I never built this on stream, this is my personal GAF 910. Can anyone tell me what the key set is on this? I'll give like 10 cool points to if anyone can tell me what the key set is here. Because I bet you can't. I bet no one can tell me what the key set is. So yeah, this is my GAF 910. I got this a year ago, and I built this to take it to. There's fingerprints all over the back part. I got this and I built it to take to the MK UK meetup in London last year. I didn't build it on stream. I just built it for me, just as something fun to do before I went down. It's got Gateron X switches in it, and it was just kind of like a nice thing to have and a nice thing to build. Legend tell that Gaff will one day return. Yeah, he'll come back eventually. This is just one of the coolest kind of like collaborations I've seen. Alt-GR is rare. Yeah, so can anyone also tell me what this Kipura is? Does anyone know which Kipura this is? Can anyone tell me why that Kipura is quite special to me? So this board was actually on my list of ones to sell. Someone did make an offer and then retracted that offer, and then someone else replied and then never got back to me, so it's technically not actually being sold yet. I don't know if I will sell it or not now, because I kind of saw it the other day and I kind of love it. It's not GMK Nord, no. These are Solder 1 on the PCB front. Interesting. This is a very old key set. So this is OG die subs. It's actually two key sets mixed together, which is why I didn't think anyone would get it. This is an OG SAG, which is the UK ISO keycap subs, keycap legends. So SAG, S stands for die sub, and the G stands for Great Britain. So it was die sub with UK English ISO sub legends on. But what I also did was took some additional keycaps, the Q and the M with the at and the mu symbol from a SAD set. So that's die sub, but for German layout, DE, Deutschland. So I took those from that, which was kind of like an interesting thing to do, because I just really like the sub legends. So technically it's a bastardization of two different vintage keycap sets, but they're cherry die subs, OG cherry die subs. You typed out SAG and SAD. I didn't see that, sorry Gouty. If you did, well done, good sir. OG beige caps, but never seen them. Yeah, I mean, this is OG keycap set at its finest. It's one of the finest keycap sets ever made. So yeah, this is not a cheap keycap set nowadays. It's probably one of the few that's not lost value. I was thinking there was some German caps, but I was confused with also UK ones. Yeah, it was a bit of a misleading question from me because of that. But yeah, I can appreciate that. Why so expensive? Just rarity. So OG die sub keycaps in UK ISO layout are just quite rare in general. And these ones are pristine. Like, these ones are in such good condition. Like there is no kind of like marks or anything on them. They're just in such good condition. They were really clean. They were actually from a new inbox board, so they've only had like maybe 5 hours of typing on them, both the German set and the UK die subs. Because I had two like kind of new inbox boards, like vintage boards that I harvest the keycaps off. So it was just something nice to take down to the meetup last year. So a few people have typed on it, but it's not had much to it as well. SAG has Alt-GR too. It does, yeah. This is the only two keycaps from the German set are those two. Everything else is from the UK ISO key set, which is pretty cool. I have some that are beaten up, especially German ones. I can't get that off. But yeah. Oh, the article numbers. Yeah, it's a really, really good one. The SAG and the SAD secrets. Yeah, so S stands for die subs. You also see HAG and HAD. Well, the H stands for double shot, so you can always tell whether it's a die sub or double shot. And then the last letter is always for the language. So you could have SAY, which would be double shot Yugoslavian keycaps, which I have a set of somewhere as well. I've got some other ones too. You are right, Jenga. This is the Parliament Kipura. Now this was really cool. So I used to collect a lot of Kipuras. I at one point I had over 250 of them. I think now I've got about 45, something like that. But the designer of the Alpha Caps, the designer behind the Kipura, he had like a little group called the Parliament. So like a group of owls is called a parliament. Like you have a murder of crows or a flock of sheep. It's a parliament of owls. And he kind of had a few people in his Discord server who collected them kind of religiously like I did. And because of that, he kind of created a keycap specially for us, for like, I don't know how many of there was, maybe 10 of us or something like that. And did it for free of charge. So there's only like 10 of these, and this is never going to leave me, because this is kind of like just one of the coolest keycaps I own. Like, it was made specially for me for something. So yeah, Parliament Kipura, because I used to be a Kipura collector, and the maker took pity on us. Yeah, it was pretty cool. HJ, it has to be step caps. Always step caps. Step caps is the best. Like, it's just perfect. Is step caps. I use step caps more as a homing key than I do the F and J. So yeah. You like the story for the artisan? Yeah, Basil, it was just one of those things where It was made specially, and there's a few others. I have some others that were made for like Midnight Rainbow, for example, which was my GMK set that I designed, and that's never going to leave me either. I don't know if I have those to hand. Actually, I might do. Let me see. Not that one. I think this tub's got one in. So there's a couple in here that'll never leave me. In fact, the one I was on about isn't even in here, but the JO2 ones will never leave me. This is what I've got left. So some of these are faded massively because they were on boards, but there's a Bingsu one there that's faded massively. Anyone guess what that one is? That's a pretty cool one too. But that was a British Racing Green one, I think. Yeah, this one's for, I can't remember what set that's for, but it's a cool keycap. Whoops, cool keycap. But yeah, the Midnight Rainbow ones are actually on a different board. So yeah. As a fan of the City of Leeds, it should be no surprise that Owl Atsons are a fan. Yeah, so yeah, I am from Leeds. The kind of the city's kind of symbol is an owl. I actually have an owl that's about a foot tall tattooed on the back of my left calf as well. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Thank you for sharing. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. It was just a cool board and just like something that was really meaningful to me. So yeah, that's that board. Right. Okay. Next up we have something even cooler, if you can believe that. Next up we have a TX keyboard. Now this TX keyboard is something else. This is technically for sale right now, but I don't put keycaps on this board because keycaps would detract from the beauty of this thing. So let me zoom in. Let me show you why. So this is the TX Athena board. This is all hand carved into the case. So this is all carved by hand. This was done by a gentleman called Apsuni in South Korea. This is so it's all 3D. Like, it's hard to show you, but it's all 3D. Like, you can feel this, and it's like raised. If I do that, you can see it's kind of like raised and stuff like that. Holding the staff here, look. All of this is hand carved all the way around. There is a ton of detail. The blocker here, look at this. Medusa there, look. This is just super, super cool. Another little owl. Can anyone tell me what that one's for? Anyone recognize that? Anyone into their mythology can tell me what that is. I'd be very impressed. And look at this. Look at this. Look how beautiful this is. All hand carved, hand reliefed, sculpted. And this isn't even all of it. It is the Owl of Athena. Look at the back. Again, all hand carved. Just look at some of the detail on this. Look how beautiful this thing is. This is all carved in, so you can like kind of feel the ridges on all of this. So apparently this took something like 2,000 hours to do, but it is absolutely phenomenal. I paid a lot of money for this. It's only ever been on display. I've never even plugged it in. I've never even typed on it. It is something that I would sell, but it'd have to be to the right person, and I'd have to sell it at a massive loss because no one's going to pay what I paid for this. But it is a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's just a beautiful thing. This was carved by a guy called Apsuni, Apsuni. You can find him on Instagram. There's pictures of this board in process as well. Zui, you would be one of the few people I would let buy this off me, but again, it'd have to be the right price. If you ever did want to, Zui, then please message me because we'd make something happen. But it's just a beautiful thing, and it's just absolutely stunning. Thank you, Tom, for putting the link on there. It's a mad board. Got to go to a good home. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. It's stunning, and it's just one of the coolest things ever. The fact that it's all hand engraved. It's just amazing. It's just a phenomenal thing. It's just a cool thing. I'd wear gloves if you used it. Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone who owned this would use it. It's very much a showpiece rather than a... Yeah. It's lovely, though. It's a lovely thing. Just imagine if you made a mistake just at the end. I mean, like, if you look at it, there's a couple of things where lines aren't quite straight and things like that. And there's a couple of things on the back where you can see that mistakes have been made and it's been drawn slightly differently to accommodate. But, I mean, yeah, it's a lot. I don't know exactly how much I paid for it. I didn't commission it. Someone else commissioned it, and then I bought it off someone very quickly after they paid for it being commissioned. I don't remember the exact amount I paid for it, but I think it was somewhere around... I think it was somewhere around $5,000. So yeah, as it's hand carved, each one is technically unique. As far as I know, he's never done another one of these Athena boards. As far as I know, this is the only one. It does stock, yes. Clackbait, hey man, good to see you, dude. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I've very rarely typed on it. I've never plugged it in, but I have typed on it once. But it was a cool thing. It's a cool thing. A beauty of handmade work, absolutely. That's what you pay for one off. It is. It really is. It really is, because it was a keyboard that was quite rare at the time, but then to have something like that done to it, just phenomenal. But if I do sell it, it needs to go to someone who's going to look after it. Right, what else do I have to show you? Next up, I have this. This is something that was designed by someone here in the UK, and it was kind of like a fun project, and I got to work on it a little bit as well. If you haven't seen this, this is the Ace of Spades. It does have a little Ace of Spades logo there as well. This is a really chunky keyboard designed by Matt the Pokemon Kid. Wing Keyless, of course. This is I let him pick the color of this for me as well. I didn't choose the color. He picked the color for me on this one as well. It is a very, very nice blue. It's a really nice blue. GMK as well. Now the reason why I've included this for today is for two reasons. One, this board has a LEMO connector on the rear. I actually have another board to show you that has that as well, because there's only a few boards that have done this. Which is pretty cool. Now that gave Salvan a headache, because Salvan had to figure out how to integrate a LEMO into this board, which was kind of long-winded from what I remember. But the board's absolutely beautiful. It came out great. Copper weight that's taken some patina, and it's patinaing lovely. Look how beautiful that's come over time, just from use and fingerprints and being picked up. It's become a really, really cool piece. These actually have a hidden engraving just on the inside as well. So everyone who bought one of these in the first round was basically given a playing card that commemorated their keyboard. So like Ace of Spades, 2 of Spades, 3 of Spades, Ace of Hearts, so on and so forth, every single one. I can't actually remember which one I put on the inside of this, but I engraved all of those for Matt the Pokemon Kid. He brought them up to my workshop. I spent a day engraving them. So every single one of the boards that went out and was shipped out as part of that for the initial run, I laser engraved on the inside and put like a little logo, and we created jigs and everything else. And it was just like a cool thing to do. Like, he came up for the day, and we just set the laser up, and we were churning them out and changing the logos and changing the design, and he had all of these files drawn up, and it was just a really, really fun day. We nearly set ourselves on fire etching Cerakote, because when you etch Cerakote with a laser, it gives off the most noxious fumes you've ever smelt in your life, whereas the anodization just goes away and it leaves lovely clear aluminium underneath. It was just a really, really fun day. And yeah, it's just a lovely keyboard, and it's just something that's always going to mean something to me, because I was like, it wasn't a project that I sold through PT, and it wasn't something that I charged Matt for. It was more of a case of him coming to me and we doing some fun creating stuff together, and it was just a really nice day, and I had a great time doing it. Got high with Matt confirmed, something like that. 0.5 UF road distance is pretty rare nowadays. Yeah, so this was actually a struggle, because he wanted to use some off-the-shelf PCBs and then just have like a separate daughter board going straight through to the LEMO connector, but you couldn't find anything that had this gap, but that was the gap that he wanted. I think personally I would have slightly preferred it if it had the same gap as here, a 0.25 U gap, but I think the board's a lovely thing either way. And I'd have probably moved this logo to here and then had it as an F13 board if I'm being super duper picky. But it was pretty cool. Stunning. It's such a cool board. on my list of Ace of Spades is on my list to buy someday. It's so beautiful. Yeah, I mean this one's never going to be for sale because it was just really nice. I didn't actually know what color I was getting as well, so I let Matt pick for me. I just ordered one and paid for it, and he picked the color out for me and everything else. And then I had to find some keycaps to go with it, and of course, what other keycaps that could we put on here? So I'm just really, really happy with how it came out. I have toyed with doing an infill on this. I've still not done it, as you can see. Maybe we'll kind of like do like a beige color to match here, maybe at some point. I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't decided. The only issue is, since we moved workshops, because this all took place in the old workshop, I've actually lost the Limo cable that connects into this. So I can't actually use it at the moment, but I'm hoping that I do find that cable at some point. I have a series of boxes that I still haven't unpacked, so it must be in there. There's 9 boxes here that I've yet to unpack since we moved over nearly a year ago now. So I'm hoping it's in there. But yeah, it's such a lovely thing. Such a nice thing. Yeah. Jay got high with Matt. No. He did leave me some nice cigars though, which was quite nice of him. And you can get some Tamiami panel liner and enamel thinner. I've done that with my boards and it flows nicely. Looks good. Limited colours though. Yeah. Yeah. I've used some enamel paints before. I tend to just use acrylic and then just wipe it off. Now this is quite textured, so I wouldn't want to use acrylic on this because it needs to be something that does, as you say, flow quite nicely into it. We'll see. We'll see. I haven't decided whether we're going to do that or not. It's very much a future thing. But it's just a lovely looking board. It's just a really nice looking board. And it's quite clacky as well, which I like. It's lovely. Okay. Speaking of Limo connectors, I also have something else to show you. Oh, this is... That's how heavy this is. It shook the camera when I put it down. This is a prototype for a board, and this is OG DualShot as well. This is the first one of GMK DualShot, not the new version. Does anyone know what board this is, based on the weight and the fact that I said Limo? Can anyone tell me what this board is? See if anyone can post in chat what you think this particular board is. Well, it's not Brian's anymore, but it's not a Beppler either. Well, you're very close. It is the Kepler. Yeah, this was Brian's Kepler. This was the prototype one. It's not a ton, but it's freaking heavy. It is beautiful. It's very much a bezeled TKL. Now, the reason I picked this one is for 2 reasons. One, because it comes with a history of... Well, it comes with some history. And secondly, because of the Limo connector and it being something cool. DualShot is way better looking than I thought it would be. Kind of want that set now. It's in stock. You can go buy it off as Games Done Marginally Well. It's literally in stock right now. You can literally go buy it and have it shipped out in a couple of days. Go buy it. Go buy it. Before I talk about some of the history of the board, I just wanted to show you it because it is pretty cool. Now, it's super duper heavy. And the reason it's heavy is because this base is PVD stainless steel. Yes, this is fully black reflective. It's covered in fingerprints because it's PVD'd, and it is absolutely ridiculously heavy. Now, this is the original prototype, and it must weigh 4 kilos. There's the Limo connector on the back. It is stupidly heavy. And of course, it doesn't have bump-ons or anything else. It's designed to use on a desk mat, but it is so heavy. It's a real chunk. It's a real chunk. Now, let's talk about the history of this board. So, this board came out like, what, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, something like that. It was $1,000 at group buy price, give or take. It was designed by someone who left the community maybe 4 years ago, and it was designed by Teslatron. If you don't know Teslatron, he was the guy who had the failed Lumina group buy, which they would try to do a rescue group buy for, which lasted 3 or 4 years, and finally gave up the ghost earlier on this year. Now, kiss it? No. Now, Teslatron was a good designer. He helped me originally way back when on the first JL1. And then I reworked it with James and a few other people, and now Josh. And they kind of like that whole project's changed. But Teslatron was basically ousted from the community for his negative behavior on a couple of group buys, which is a shame because he was very, very talented. And he created some really, really cool projects during the time. I know of at least 4 or 5 other people that Teslatron kind of took money from to produce things and then never actually produced them. And it was just kind of like a negative situation. And we kind of seen a repeat of that now with Project Keyboard, who was the vendor who ran this. So Project Keyboard was run by a guy called Josh, and I met him in 2019 in Seattle, and he was a really nice guy. And it's really sad to see other vendors struggling at this time, but it's becoming like a bit of a worldwide pandemic of vendors struggling with just decision making and cash flow and 1,001 other things. And I picked this to show you guys just because of it kind of makes me reminisce, and it makes me feel how some things in the hobby haven't quite gone as maybe they should have done, and it just kind of has some negative connotations to it because of something that was so cool and implemented in such a cool way to then end in a bit of a downstroke, really. And I'm really sad. Just in general, I'm really sad about how some things in this hobby have come to be and are where they are now. And I wish things might have been different in a different world and a different time. You wish that DualShock 2 had icon mods only as well? Yeah, the icon mods were the best part about this, and this is why DualShock Round 1 is probably a little bit better. The only thing that would make this key set perfect is if it had UK ISO. Neither round did. But yeah, it is a beautiful board. It still works, I just don't have a Limo cable for it. It worked last time I tried it, let's put it that way. And I just think DualShock works really, really well on this board. It's just a lovely thing. But it just makes me reminisce for simpler times in a keyboard world. Yeah, simpler times. R2 had Nordic UK. You're right, it did, Kara. Sorry, yes, you are absolutely right. It did have Nordic UK, yes. I meant in the base kit, there was no UK ISO in the base kit. Sorry, I was not very clear when I mentioned that. So yeah, it's just a bittersweet board, is this one. It's a bittersweet board. Oh well, these are the things that happen in any hobby, and I hope that things get better for some of the vendors that are struggling right now as well. I hope Project Keyboard comes back and manages to rectify things, and same for Noxeries on that as well. At least people can learn and we can move forward collectively in the future. Cool board with a story attached to it. Yeah, absolutely, and that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. Some boards that had some cool stories to them, and just kind of like some interesting things, because I have a load of boards that just have no meaning to them, and I just bought them because they were fine products or they were nice, or sometimes I even bought them just to support the designer because they were a friend, or sometimes I even bought them just to see what the product was like. And yeah, it is what it is. Any Jur boards in the collection? I do have a damaged Jur J80, the original TKL they did. It's actually on the side here. Let me grab that, I'll show you. So this is a Jur J80 from years and years ago. It has taken a bit of a tumble down a staircase, and these are gouges in the aluminium. So as you can see, it took a little bit of damage. I did take all the keycaps. The board does now work again. This was actually the workshop board for a long time, but it's got scuffs and marks all over it now. This gouge is pretty big. And it's quite sharp as well. It's kind of like raised and sharp. But again, this was such a pretty board based off the old Cherry boards. That lovely cherry lip at the front. That lovely seam all the way around the outside. The hardwired cable. Kind of like the lovely two-stage base for it. It was such a nice board. And yeah, it happened during the move, I think, if I remember rightly, when we were moving from one workshop to the other. And it's just a sad time. I've not used the board since. But it is something that I do want to try and fix. So the plan is to actually try my hand at carving on this one. So we saw the Athena carved board a little while ago. I want to kind of try and carve a design into this top area here and kind of smooth it all out. And then once I've carved the design into it, if I'm any good at it, I'm then going to send it to PEX for Cerakoting, and we're going to try and fix it up and make it something a little bit different. So yeah. I also did have the... Oh, there was another board that Jur did. I sold it. I can't remember the name of the board. It became an EY, and then they did a couple of colours later on. I sold it to Querdenker. Jer Mini, I think it was called. JER Mini. That was a cool board. That was a really cool board. That's one board I wish I still had, actually. Yeah, but that's the plan, is to Cerakote this and try my hand at like sculpting and carving into it, and then we'll get it Cerakoted. It's a long-term project, is this one. It's probably not going to go anywhere or get done for a long time, but we'll get it eventually. It's just a lovely board, though. I think they did a couple of rounds of this one. Okay, and that's pretty much everything I had pulled to one side to show you guys today. So, would the Cerakote not fill in any carving you do a bit at least? It would, but it'd have like a two-tone effect to it. And what we could probably do is we could probably just wash the Cerakote out of it as well. Or we could even put like some wax into it, and then when we put the Cerakote on the Cerakote into where the wax is. I've seen it done on guns, and then we can like wash that out afterwards and have it as silver, or maybe even do a second round of Cerakoting just in the gap, or do an enamel infill or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure something out. There's lots of things to do. But that's pretty much everything I had to show you guys today. So if there's anything that you guys want to see that you know I own, that's in my private collection, then let me just let me know, and I'll see if I can find it out for you and show you on stream. If you find someone who does aluminium soldering, you could blob a bit on the dent, sand it down, and then finish it. Yeah, I could probably do that myself. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that, because like I don't want to hide it and make it perfect again. Like I could use a bit, if I wanted it to look perfect again, the simplest solution would be just sand it flat, use a bit of Bondo, and then paint the board with some automotive paint. I could do that tomorrow because I've got everything, right? I could absolutely do that. We could have it like a nice cream, or we could have it the same color as the orange Datsun, or whatever. I don't want to do that. I kind of want to make something of the damage that happened to it, because then the story's still there. So yeah, that's what I'd like to do. Right, okay. Can someone get rid of that spam, please? One of the mods, please get rid of that spam. It is time to do the discount now. Now, I said we were going to do a discount for 10 minutes today, and we absolutely are. You can get 25% off anything in store using a code. I'm going to give you the code now and a link to where it will work. Sorry, not 25%, 20%. Sorry, 20% off anything in stock. Now, there's two things to give you. This is the code. And then the other thing I'm going to give you is the link that you can use the code on. So anything on the link is included, and you've got 10 minutes to use it from when I post it. So I'm going to give you that in a second. So anything on this link, you can use this code to get 20% off for the next 10 minutes, starting now. So it's 2132. So we're going to go to 2142 here. The code is Strimmer20 with a capital S. Use that at checkout. Anything available in that link, and it will give you 20% off anything in stock on that link. It's only valid for another 9.5 minutes or so, so make sure you get your order in if there's something you wanted to order. Engraving, carving sounds more interesting. Yeah, like I just want to do something that doesn't hide away from the fact that I broke the board, right? I want to kind of do something like that. Little slideshow of favorite picks of Workshop Doggo, or some vintage cherry boards, please. I can do some vintage cherry boards. I can go and grab a couple. If you want to see Workshop Doggo, I can show you some pictures of Workshop Doggo. Let me get some pictures of Workshop Doggo up. Let me get some pictures of Workshop Doggo. Okay. Here you go. This is my dog Gigi asleep in her basket. We call her Gigi, or Workshop Doggo. There she is asleep in her basket at home. That's on our bedroom floor. There she is after she got a groom a couple of years back. That's quite a while ago, actually. I think that's the same day. Different angle. There she is on the couch. There she is in the snow. Oh, better hide that. That's an order. There she is in the snow, look. She absolutely loves the snow. Hard day chasing rats or whatever she was doing. That's work. There she is sat in the sun. She was hiding in a box of junk. I was moving some stuff around in our old kitchen, and she just decided to hide in the box of junk. Don't know why. She's a beautiful thing. There she is in front of the fire in the living room. Yeah. Oh, there you go. In front of the same fire, but a bit closer up. That's quite an old picture now, actually. Here she is stealing a piece of pizza. Or a sausage. That's a sausage roll. She's stolen a sausage roll off me. Here's a little video of her. There we go. Oh, here she is at the beach. There you go. There you go. So that is Workshop Doggo. I'll nip and grab some vintage cherry boards. I wondered what you'd asked to do. Yeah, I'll nip and find some vintage cherry boards. Right. Okay. You've had 3 minutes. You've got 7 minutes left of your 10 minutes to get the code in. Can I get you for 100% free? Yeah. So if you come here, you can have me for a day for free. While Jay does the showing, use code STREAMER20 at checkout for 20% off in stock items for the next 10 minutes. Tell us what you got. Yeah, do tell me what you bought in chat. Mercury 65 and GMK Galaxy base and novelties kit purchase. Nice, that's a great combination. Galaxy and Mercury 65 together, really cool, really cool. Needs a PT merch line for sure. Will there be Meat Planet extras? Still debating the NK kit. Yes, there will be. There will always be extras of every group buy. Do you know if the KFA Freebird TKL use the same plate as the Open TKL? The top mount screw stuff looks like they're in the same position. It uses the Jane mounting positions, if I remember rightly, but I can't guarantee anything. If you do buy it, it's at your own risk. So yeah. You got a View Edge? Nice. Okay. I think, Trojan, if you were the very next owner of the View Edge, you get the little artisans as well. Got some Nebula switches for the build. Proper space theme. Yes, that's really cool. I really like that, Andromeda. Nice. And the space name as well. Yeah, that makes sense. Takes Jane plates. I thought it did take Jane plates, but I didn't want to confirm and say that, just in case it didn't. But yeah. Right, let me nip and grab a couple of vintage cherry boards. Just some cool stuff to show you guys. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Keep using the code, STREAMER20. Okay, I'm back. I only brought one board, but it'll do. It'll do. Is the camera gonna catch me? Camera? There we go. This is a bit of a battle station. It needs a good clean, but this is a bit of a battle station keyboard. This is really cool. Old cherry keyboard. German keycaps on it. It's very dusty. Does need a really good clean, actually. It only works on the stuff that's in the link that we shared. If it's not on that link, it won't work. And I think you have to spend a minimum of 30 quid as well before any discount codes will work, so that might be why. I'm out of breath from running up the steps. Bye then, welcome back. I did say I was going very quickly. Yeah, I think you just got to spend 30 quid minimum for any discount code for it to work. But this is a really cool old board. It is German layout, as you can see. These are double shot keycaps, and it has the original flip paper still installed. That's the first layer. So we could note this if we wanted to. And you could have multiple layers on it. It's just a really cool old board. Relegendables at the top. Please excuse how dusty this is. It does need a massive clean. It's just such a cool thing. This was actually the board that inspired the macro keys on the JL1, the XT columns. This G80-2100, yes, I believe it is. Yeah, G80-2100 HCD. So if you looked at the article link earlier on, you'll know that H means double shot, D means German. And it's just a cool old board. PF keys are always nice, yeah. That has been under the Werner of the workshop table since at least the first BT opened day. You're not wrong, Anarchy. It hasn't moved since then. It's been there for a long time. We just need a right controllers enter. It's just a cool board. It's just really cool. I love this thing. Yeah, so pretty. So there you go. Would it be perfect for World of Warcraft? Yeah, I mean, it's a cool old board. I don't actually know what vintage boards I have anymore. Someone did come a while back and bought a few off me and just took a load away. And I think they took me for a ride a little bit, if I'm completely honest. I'm pretty sure they got the best end of that bargain because they got a load of boards. They probably got like £5 worth of keyboards at retail price for like 900 quid or something. Swiss, yeah. I do have some Swiss boards, so yeah. As someone who has keybinds mapped, it speaks to you. Need right control. Yeah, I can get that. Finances can't be mad. Got my NK Nickland to hold on for the extras and then get the Hootie Death match you wanted. Thank you for the code. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, sorry, Gauti, I would have left. Bye then. I did say I was going. I think C is Swiss. Yeah, I do have some Swiss boards. I have a Yugoslavian board. I have a lot of European languages. I have a couple of French boards. I have a couple of Spanish boards. I think I've got one Portuguese board. Yeah, I've got a few of the old ones. So yeah. Okay, how long left have you got on the discount code? Let's have a look. 42, that's it. You've got like 20 seconds left to get your orders in, guys, because it's now time for me to turn off the discount code. Okay. Let me refresh the page. Okay, the 20% discount has gone. It is now closed. Strimmer 20 will no longer work. There you go. That is now closed down. But there was plenty of orders put in by the looks of it. Lots of orders gone through, so congratulations to anyone who used the code and got 20% off. Well done, guys. Well done. Time for Strimmer 30. No, the flip was because in the mid-late 80s, the different programs had different programmer functions on the F keys, so you could know what key to press with what program. Yeah, you could flip over the page to the program you were using, and you'd know what the functions were. And you also had relegendable keycaps as well, so you could put your own legends under them if you wanted to. But yeah, it's a pretty cool time. I wish... No, I don't know. I don't know if I wish I was around in the 80s, like at a working age, or not. I don't know, actually. I don't know. Yeah, I've turned it off now. Yeah, it stopped. It stopped. The discount's gone. Menus were not a thing at those days. You're right, menus weren't a thing until the GUI interface came out, a GUI interface came out, which was what, like 89, 90 or something like that when the first ones came out. I think Xerox were the first people to have a GUI interface. So yeah. Fortunately, I didn't have the money to spend partaking this evening. I spent it on a Freebird back when it was on sale a week ago. Nice. Well, it's a lovely board for a great price a couple of weeks ago as well. So yeah. No internet would get boring being stuck in front of a screen. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I could, like, with modern life, could I go back to the 80s? They had cool cars, cool suits. I feel like I don't know. I don't know if I could go back to it or not. I really don't. Yeah, the code's done now, Junta Gun. It was only available for 10 minutes. That's all it was available for. 20% off for 10 minutes only. It's now gone and done. Yeah. Xerox Alto, which Apple and Windows copied. Yeah, I remember the story about Steve Jobs copying them. And I thought it was Xerox that done it. Yeah. A long time ago there now. Bulletin boards. Oh my god, news groups. Wow. 90s were basically just... I spent my life in news groups in the 90s. What a time. A news group's still a thing. Do people still like share, well, movies and music and stuff on news groups? Is that still a thing? Or is that kind of stopped now? I'm not sure. Moved to Miami, white suit, Ferrari Testarossa, bootloads of cocaine. Yeah, Quaaludes and everything else, right? It'd be a Lamborghini, not a Ferrari as well. But yeah, painted white as well. I think the code terminated prematurely. Sad. No, the code finished when I said it was finishing. I said it was finishing, and you got 10 seconds left to use it, and then I turned it off. So, yeah. It started at 32, it ended at 42. It was definitely open for the 10 minutes. It was definitely working, because we had orders right up until the last thing, so it was definitely working. Closest thing is RSS feeds, I guess. Are RSS feeds still a thing? I thought they were cancelled as well now. I thought they disappeared. I don't know. I haven't used RSS feeds in a long time. I imagine Discord may be part of modern day approach to news feeds. Yeah, maybe. White Kuntash, of course. Margot Robbie with that too, sir. Oh, yeah. Something like that. Every time Jay does a code his accountant and holds him at gunpoint behind the camera, you gotta be quick. I measure the time too. 10 minutes elapsed. Yeah, 10 minutes definitely elapsed. If we're going to, we could use Hesitate on Twitch. Yeah. RSS used to be massive. I used to use RSS feeds for a lot of things. I think IFTT has replaced RSS feeds for things for me now, these days. Was a waterbed a thing back then? Do you know I've only ever slept on a waterbed once? And this was when I was with my ex around 2005-ish. She was called Jenna. She's a lovely girl. I hope she's doing well in life. I've not seen her in, well, 15 years, maybe 20 years nearly now. I hope she's doing really well. But her parents went away, and we stayed at their house to look after their dogs while they were away. And they had a waterbed, and it was the weirdest thing ever. But I got some really good sleep. Could you show some of the PT merch, please? I need some love on stream. I don't have any of the PT merch in here, I don't think. And it's in like the back of the workshop, so I can't get that right now. But yeah, maybe we can get them on stream next time for you. An OG PT keycap at some point. Yeah, so we have GMK PT keycaps in stock. There are the green and white ones. There is also the black and grey ones, which are going out with JO2 orders, I think. So if you want to get it, you can get those. Sleep. It was for sleep, sure. Yeah. Waterbeds are even bouncy if you fill them with spring water. I almost fell for that, Chris. Almost fell for it. I was just about to say, what's the difference? And then I realised that it was a bit of a pun and a play on words. I congratulate you, good sir. That was a very good one. You almost got me. You were like a second away from getting me there. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Well done. Well done. I really appreciate that. When are those shiny pink keycaps releasing? So the HSA GTK powder pink powder will be available for SPC folks on Tuesday, and then if they don't buy them all out, they will be available on Friday for everyone else. They'll go as part of our in-stock drop on Friday. If you do want to get early access to them and you would like to be part of the SBC, you can subscribe to the stream and then go on our Discord server. And as long as you have Twitch and Discord links, you'll be able to see the SBC, which means you'll get notified when these go on sale on Tuesday, and you'll be able to pick up a set on the hidden secret link. But yeah, that's the cool thing. So yeah. When will the group buy be up for the Monarchy K? It was supposed to be up on Friday. They asked me to change something, and then I was off for the weekend, so it's going to be first thing Monday morning for the Monarchy K. But it will be up on Monday morning. The listings are already there. I just need to change a couple of wording bits and things like that. But I just want to make sure it's right before we sell any. So Monday morning, probably about 9 o'clock-ish, something like that. Check on the website then, and it'll be live. Like if you check it by 10, it'll definitely be live by 10 o'clock, and I'll probably drop an announcement when it's live as well, so you can pick that up. And don't forget, Snicket's KKB Pandora set is in group buy right now as well, so feel free to pick that up too. Yeah, if you haven't seen the new Monarchy K keyboards, they're actually pretty cool because they use like these gasket socks, which are really cool, and they come in a variety of different colors. And I'm really tempted by the copper option for the board, which is expensive, but yeah. SPC especially should be joining the Pandora set, because I don't think anyone in the SPC has bought it yet, and they I can't swear to that, but I have to have a look later on. The K will be live just in time for when I take an L on the Kaku raffle. Yeah, it'll be live on Monday morning. It should have been live on late Friday, early Saturday, but I just haven't had a chance to do it. So they better shake my head. I was just saying that, Snicky, to try and be a bit contrary rather than anything else. I haven't looked as to who's bought it or who hasn't. I haven't even looked at sales over the weekend, so I don't know if we've sold any. Let me have a look, and I will tell you if we've sold any at all for KKB Pandora. Let me have a look. Let's have a look. Pandora. We haven't sold a single kit for KKB Pandora yet, Snicket. That's probably because it's not payday yet, and I'm sure it'll happen over the course of the next couple of days. But yeah, people should go buy KKB Pandora because it's beautiful. It's an absolutely stunning set. So yeah, there you go. Noted. So if there's anyone who's promised you they're going to buy it from the UK, yeah, I think it is a payday thing now because it is kind of like the middle of the month when we've launched the group buy. So yeah, I appreciate people don't want to join them until the and I'm not calling anyone out. I'm just being contrarian, bit silly, but yeah, I appreciate it. I wasn't expecting it to do good numbers until payday, and I think the MyKeyboard.eu sale as well has impacted us a bit too. But yeah, hasn't been payday yet. I promised to get Pandora, but I'm trying. Like everyone's trying to defend themselves now because they feel like I've called them out, and I was just being contrary and a bit silly, and I wasn't meaning that at all. I was just trying to make it sound funny. And probably backfired a little bit. I apologize. But no, it's a great set, and Snicket's a fantastic designer, so I'm sure it'll do well. There's plenty of time left yet in the group buy. Okay, right. Is there anything else you guys would like to see, or should we call the stream there? You guys let me know. If there's anything else in my personal collection you want to see, you've got a couple of minutes to let me know. It's okay, just no more sales. What about if I just give you a discount, Trojam? If I just make a discount code just for you, that only you can use, how would you feel about that? Would you use it? I think you would. Matrix 103. What's a 103? Purple Joe 1 still there? No, I sold the Purple Joe 1. I don't have that anymore. I don't know what the 103 is, the Matrix 103. If you can explain that a bit better, I'll have a look. Show me something pink that you haven't seen. Now, Perlin, behave. Something pink that you haven't seen. I don't know if I have anything pink that you haven't seen, Perlin. I don't really have anything pink. I saw my pink Jane, but you've seen that. I sold the pink 910, but you've seen that. I've shown you powder pink, which only just came out. You've probably seen my Voice Mini. She's seen the pink mice because that's a MK UK SPC thing. Perhaps this, you might not have seen this. This is my little Voice Mini, which is pink and white with isoencer. It's got GMK Fuji keycaps on it. There you go. You have seen it. Well, I don't have anything else that pink on hand to show you. Show us the wackiest Alice Arisu you have. Wacky, probably not. I do have this, which is kind of like a cool version of the Alice Arisu layout. Well, the Alice layout closer, I guess. So this is the LG Physics, and this is cool because of this seam, highlighting the seam, and then doing look like some cool curves underneath, but highlighting the seam all the way around. Big fan of that. Big fan of those purposeful seams. You like the macro pad? They're in stock. Voice Minis are in stock. You can go pick them up, and I think they're on sale as well right now as well. Need to get GMK Orange Boy. Yeah, we were almost out of stock of that, so if you do want it, pick it up quick. Yeah, it takes a stab underneath the enter key. Show us your least favorite item in the workshop. In the workshop's probably big. How about in this room? Could I do that in this room? It's LZ. It is LZ. Yeah, I've got a few LZ boards. Still have the oceanographer in the office? I do. Let me go grab the oceanographer for you. here is the Oceanographer. This is my prototype. The actual retail units should be shipping very, very soon. It's a cool thing. It's heavy as anything. There you go. Shows your least favorite item in the workshop. How about the least favorite item in this room, Gouty? How about that? Can we do that? Let me know. Zooted? No. Green board neuron activation. I cannot remember what color I ordered in the Oceanographer. You can message me and ask me if you want. I can check that for you. The weight is so cool. Yeah, the weight is cool. The retail group buy should be very soon. I'll have some updates on the Notion page for that on Monday. In the room is acceptable. Okay. Least favorite thing in the room. Fuck. I don't know. What's my least favorite thing in the room? Least favorite thing in the room. I'm looking around the room now. Where's the Doro? Oh, okay, so the Doro 67 is up there. That's probably my least favorite thing in the room. Other than that, I don't actually know. What's my least favorite thing in the room? What don't I like? You always know how to stump me, Gouts. I really don't know what my least favorite thing is. What is my least favorite thing in this room? Like, I'm not even sure how to rank things on that scale. Least favorite thing. You've really stumped me because I don't know. I don't know why I said this room, because I don't actually know what I don't like in here. I'm looking around to try and see something I don't like. Other than the Doro 67, I can't think of anything. Like, I don't like the chairs that we have. We have some chairs over on the table there. I don't like those at all. They were just in the building when we moved in, so I kind of swallowed them into, like, us, but I'm trying to think if there's anything else I dislike. Oh, okay, I have something. This is my least favorite thing in the room, and I'm going to show you what it is first, and I'm going to tell you I actually like it, and then I'm going to tell you why it's my least favorite thing in the room. I'm a big fan of fountain pens. This is some ink, and it's Apache yellow. It's a great color. It's a fantastic color. I'm hoping I don't spill this if I open it and show you. It's an absolutely fantastic color, but we don't like it, and it's something that cannot be a favorite thing of mine because of the brand. It is yellow. Like, it's stained my finger. Look, I've just got a drop of my finger. It is yellow. We don't like it because of the brand. Noodlers make some great inks. They make some fantastic inks. I was a big fan of them for years until they made negative anti-Semitic comments in public, and as such, we now don't use them anymore. That's why this ink has not been used. Therefore, it is now one of my least favorite things in this room. Even though I want to like it, I can't. I can't because of the brand and because of the person who owns the company. How do you feel about my bins? They're pretty nice. I've got little nice waste paper baskets in here. They're pretty nice bins. I don't dislike them. I think they're all right. CMG says, would you consider trades for the items you've got up for sale on the Google Sheet? Yeah, sure. Worst I can say is no, right? Just email me, and worst I can say is no. Matrix M6. Wait, what? I don't know what the M6 is. What was the name of that green board? It was the Oceanographer. Lack of AC in the summer. Yeah, I do need AC in here, actually. Yeah. I wish mine was China wing keyless. Yeah, I do like Chinese wing keyless. I think the Doro is a love-hate relationship, or is it just hate? I don't like the Doro. The Doro 67 was the only group buy that I've had a really negative experience of, and I was in the Moon group buy with Okano Ikeyami, so yeah. Do you have a board in the office that you've added to the for sale list that you'd be gutted to see go? Yeah, probably the GAF 910. I'd probably be devastated to see that go. In fact, actually, I sold my derivative R0 prototype. I'm pretty gutted that that's gone, but I do have one coming in the group buy, which is why I could let it go. So yeah, need to go check if the kids are asleep. Yeah, please do. Anti-Semitic comments is what they said. True Blaze. Being reminded of bad things is a surefire way of not wanting to use something. Absolutely, yeah. I don't want to use that ink anymore just because I think the person who made the comments is an idiot. But it was very negative comments. What is it with companies these days destroying themselves? It could happen to anyone. Like I could say something on stream that you guys disagree with, and that could happen to me. But I don't think I have any beliefs that are in that kind of vein. So yeah. Not collection related, however, I was wondering if you could show me purplish, especially the green accents. I don't think we have an open set with the green accents in one of the child kits. Let me have a look. If the green accents were in one of the child kits, I can try show you it, but we don't have an open set at the minute to show you, and I can't obviously open a set. So let's have a look. And do you mean the yellow accents, not the green accents? They're not green, they're yellow. Okay, let me see if I can go find the novelties kit for you, Perlin. Give me 30 seconds and I'll see if I can find the novelties kit. Oh, the Matrix FRL boards with the various navigation cluster layouts. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Some of the old Matrix boards, yeah. I have got some of them lying around, but I don't know where. Let me see if I can grab those for you now, Perlin. I'll be about a minute. Guys, if you have any more questions or anything else you'd like to see, now's the time to ask them so that I can check them when I get back. I'll be back in like a minute, if that. I'll be as quick as I can. There we go. Okay, Perlin. This is the yellow and purple together. I can't really open the set. That's the purple. That's the yellow. Let me show you in the face cam. Whoops. So you can see another kind of like view of the color in bright lighting. There we go. There you go. The little doggo slideshow made my day. Yeah. I had to run up and down the stairs for that. I'm out of breath now. It's like the best I can show you. The purple's pretty close. The yellow's kind of washed out a bit. It's a little bit more on the luminous side than the camera's picking up. But the purple's pretty close. That's the alpha purple as well, not the mod purple. There you go. Okay. I think I'm loving the set again. You should have done a buy when we had the discount going, Perlin. You should have done a buy. Okay, I can't see if you guys have asked to see anything else, so I think it's probably about time to call the stream there. Been streaming for a couple of hours now. So I think it is time for me to head off home, and it's absolutely pissing it down outside. It's silencing it down. I can hear it even through my headphones. So yeah, I'm going to head off home. Watch out on Discord and Instagram for updates over the course of this week. If you do have any questions, reach out on Discord, reach out on Instagram, wherever you want to. If you're interested in my personal collection, please do drop me an email and I'll pick that up when I can. I'm going to go get some sleep now because I'm really tired today. And it's going to be a really long, busy week getting through all of your orders and the QK80s and GMK sets and a ton of other stuff. So thanks very much for watching, guys. I appreciate every single last one of you for being here and for watching us and for keeping me entertained. And I hope you enjoyed me sharing some of my personal collection with you. But take care. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.